What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Universal Bros Unplugged podcast, where we talk about everything Universal. Today's episode 20. We're getting up there.
We did it, folks. We did it. It's
We're
all
getting
downhill from here.
Yeah. We're getting up there, man. It's pretty insane. I hope you guys like Saul's sunglasses.
I like them.
a little jump back to that one bit.
Yeah.
If you guys noticed that, I know in the last episode this was up, but now it's officially at its full potential.
Right.
It was
There's some lighting issues
finally
we're
touched up, and
yeah,
we were able to come and film during the day.
Yep.
And so you guys can see the silhouettes, the beautiful silhouettes.
And as a loving tribute, as you can see, part of the landscape, we have Rip Rocket.
Of course, I was not gonna let Rip Rocket be left out.
Absolutely.
That's our memory of it.
Absolutely.
On this side, we will be putting another canvas. This was all hand painted. The ideas, every pretty much the sketches were pretty much done by me. Painting though does go out to our mom. She absolutely killed it, as always.
Absolutely.
And yeah, now we have that. This side's gonna be, we're gonna add some.
We're slowly but surely
epic
upgrading
designs.
Nice. Now,
I haven't done a pun in a
callback.
while.
That's a callback.
I have not done a pun in a long time.
For those of you, I think we're now that we're episode 20, now we can start doing callbacks. That's how long the franchise has been going on for. So, funny enough, I was going to say something and I have no idea what I was going to say.
Well, yeah,
It'll come back to me.
There's gonna be more over here.
That's what I was going to say. You know how like when you play a video game, that we're talking about Freddys, right? When you play a video game and you have like that home base where you like upgrade all your stuff, that's what we're doing with the set. Now we're a little bit farther in the game and we can afford nice things.
Yeah.
So we're slowly, the set will evolve as more money comes in that we can invest in the pod. Ideally we get to like the Howard Stern portion where it's like just a massive studio.
Yeah. Okay, well, so this episode, man, this is honestly the longest intro we've had.
Yeah.
Anyways, this episode is as promised. I know that technically I said episode 19 was going to be Terrifier and Five Nights at Freddy's. We've pushed it to this episode, number 20. So FNAF and Terrifier. We're gonna get into it. That being said, let's get into the intro.
And we're back.
Alrighty, so let's get into City Walk talk. What's going on in City Walk? This is gonna be a short one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but a very fitted one. So now in all the Universal stores, including the stands outside in City Walk and within Universal Studios, you can now find FNAF plushies. I mean, you have Freddy, you have Foxy, which we did discuss earlier.
Right.
The tint is a little off. He's more pink than
red,
purple.
than Fox Red.
Oh, he's purple.
Foxy.
Yeah.
I thought Foxy was like sort of an auburn red.
Ish. Purple.
Interesting.
It's like it's a mix.
In the film, based on the lighting, it looks different.
But the plushies, FNAF plushies, are now available in the Universal store out in City Walk and within the park and the kiosks, the little stands that they have throughout City Walk. That is going to wrap up this episode's City Walk talk. Now let's get
Funny
into
enough,
it.
what we were just talking about, someone made a whole video of the new merch that because like it seems like they just keep adding stuff.
Yeah,
to the parks.
I mean, but this is we have to look. We are spoiled in the fact that we get a 2 month,
No,
2
absolutely.
months of HHN.
Absolutely.
Realistically, though, we are just now getting into the spooky season. You understand?
Right.
For the legitimate season time, now
Where
is
the
fall.
feeling really starts
now
creeping
is
in.
spooky. Now is the Halloween theming. This is where all the merchandise starts to come out. You know what I mean? Like, for example, the Minions just recently came out.
That's true.
You know?
They just started selling masks, like actual latex masks.
Well, there you go.
At the
It's
park.
just everyone assumes because HHN started, it's an event in itself. It's not Universal's Halloween time. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So now we're seeing more and more merch get released, and
I actually posted the video of a girl that was going through all the new stuff that they added for Five Nights at Freddy's, and I actually uploaded it to my story on Instagram. So Nostalgia Incorporated for anyone that wants to see the new merch for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, and also another thing to take into consideration is like marketing strategy, A1, because it's like, why are you going to release everything all at once when you can slowly do it? And people are like, oh man, now I need to go. I want that.
I agree.
Now I need to make more time to go. You know? Marketing strategies. It is what it is. It's genius. I don't hate it.
No, we love to see it.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, I'm always excited for new stuff to be able to make an appearance at the park, especially when it comes to like merchandise and stuff like that.
Yeah. For sure. No, the merch that's coming out is absolutely insane. Again, that dude,
it really is like impeccable. It's like well made. You know, all the Terrifier stuff looks amazing.
Yeah.
Same thing with Five Nights at Freddy's.
There's a lot of merch that I'm just like, I'm not gonna buy, but I still want to go look at it and appreciate it. That's it.
Funny enough, that's one of those things that no one talks about is just going to go look at the merch that there is at Universal is part of the experience of going to the park.
Of course.
Because not everything that's in the park will be available at the Universal Store in City Walk.
Yeah.
And then outside of Orlando Resort, not everything's available on the Universal website.
Yeah.
You know, especially for like seasonal events like this. You may get lucky every once in a while and see something, you know, when they do their big clearance and stuff like that. You may see stuff on the side that's for clearance and select items from like, you know, stuff from like, you know, Earl the Squirrel from like the Christmas time, or a few exterior Harry Potter elements that they want to just get rid of that are on clearance. But other than that, your chances of seeing, you know, promotional seasonal merchandise, you got to get it while it's hot.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'm honestly, the more and more I really want that knitted hat.
No, I took a look at it, the one that you were talking about, and it's I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. I mean, I love seeing all this stuff. All this stuff is great because it's new.
What I like about it, it's not too much Minions. It's just a little. He's
a little
just
touch.
Exactly.
It's just a taste.
Yeah.
It's a little taste.
Yeah. So that being said, I have discussed in previous episodes that I wasn't up to date with all the Terrifier movies and the FNAF movie. I have now sat down and watched all the movies within these past couple of days leading up to this episode. I did my homework, which I wanted to see the films anyways, but it gave me more an excuse to sit down and watch them all. That being said,
which would you like to tackle first?
I've got some bold statements about the movies. So, as you know, we've given a quick. Let's talk about FNAF first.
Absolutely.
I don't have anything really negative, like really negative to say about it.
That's perfectly fine.
So watching the FNAF movie. Okay. It wasn't terrible. I liked it.
Okay.
At this point, it's too soon to say whether or not I would watch it again.
Really?
But But my rating doesn't mean that it's terrible or that I didn't like it. Just because I won't watch it again. If someone has it on, yeah, sure, maybe I'll sit down and watch it.
Okay.
As of right now, I have no interest in watching it again.
Really?
But that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just how I feel about it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Would you say, quick question, would you say that this has sparked a little more excitement for the Five Nights at Freddy's house?
Oh yeah. No, 100%. That I was going to get to that.
Yeah.
100% I am way more excited to see what they did with the house. Like how they're going to like really bring it to life. I can't wait to go inside
the Freddys
pizzeria.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
No, that's going to be cool.
Now, one thing I do want to say is that as somebody who I really do like the first 3 games, because those are the ones I played. When they came out, it was mainstream, it was popular, that was the thing. I played it. It is what it is. And I really like them. For them being horror games, and I'm not really into all that. The horror games, the games. You know, I like horror movies, right? I'm not so much into the games.
Okay.
But playing these games, growing up playing these games, I mean, they came out 11 years ago. The first one came out 11 years ago.
It has been a hot minute.
I was 11 years old.
Wow.
So, you know, and you play that as a kid, and you get the whole lore behind it, and it was so well. It was thrown at us with not so much context, so it was kind of like you figure out the story. I will say that they did alter the story a lot more as time went on. Clearly, from watching the movie, that is not the story that I remember from when the first game came out. Right? They definitely tweaked it and did adjustments to it, and kind of got rid of some of what came out in the first part, right? The first game. So I don't know if I was too big a fan of that. I don't like the idea that the robots are really controlled by ghost children. I don't like that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I like the movie itself. I think the concept was good, but when you try to make it seem like these are little kids, ghosts that are controlling these robots that are really supposed to be absolutely terrorizing, killing people. You know, if these have been kids who have been abducted and they're in a trance and they're controlling these robots, why would they just blatantly go and kill people? Especially people that are there taking care of the spot. It would be different if it was like more of like a demonic spirit, which again I wouldn't like. I would just rather it be like corrupt AI. You know what I mean? AI gone wrong.
Interesting. So you want
That they basically grab the kids and they force the kids into the body. They try to stuff the kid into the body to make themselves feel more human, but not that the kids control the robots.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like Chuck E. Cheese meets Terminator.
But that's exactly what FNAF was. The first game was that.
Well, one thing we must understand, okay? And I actually went into trying to, because I did not play Five Nights at Freddy's when it came out, when it became like a hit sensation. Just the game was way before the film was even an idea. I recently went into a kind of a YouTube rabbit hole trying to understand the whole lore behind it. And it seems as though with every new game that came out, more of the story was revealed.
More of the story was altered, was changed. That's the truth.
Well, the truth is that it would come out, people would take the information that was presented to them and start to form theories because there was a lot missing in the timeline and as like a puzzle.
I think
right?
So
those theories would come into existence and people would consider that their headcanon, right? What they believe to be the original iteration of the entire story, and then something would come out that's official and change the theory, and then that would keep happening over and over again. So
I think they provided us with a properly vague story. It was properly vague, 100%.
Interesting. I'm interested to see how accurate, as someone who you know more about Five Nights at Freddy's than I do. How would you say the film sticks? Like, how accurate is it to the source material of the games itself?
From game 1 and 2, it's far out.
Really?
That's why I told you, like, when you're in the first game, they describe that the reason that these robots, what the issue is with them is that not so much that they want to kill you, it's that they want to grab you and stuff you into one of the robot's bodies.
Right.
But the problem with that is the hydraulics and all the wiring that's in place there. So no one can physically fit inside of it. They will stuff you inside of it, though.
Okay.
So you're going to die. You're going to get crushed up against a bunch of hydraulics and stuff within a suit.
Right.
So That's what we were presented with. That's what you're now hired as a security guard to watch these things, and you need to be careful because these things will grab you and stuff you inside.
Okay.
And morbidly stuff you inside another machine.
Okay.
That was the issue. That was like that's what made it so terrifying. But now you're damn. Honestly, I lay these puns out and you call them out and I don't realize it until after it happens.
You're just that good. You don't even know your own power.
I'm there, man. So like that's what was so scary about it. That's what made it so good. You know what I mean? It's just and that's how they described it up until I think like FNAF 4. You know,
I wasn't even aware.
They kept changing and changing and adding to it and changing the story. You know, and I don't know, man. It to me the idea of corrupt AI coming to kill you, coming to grab you and stuff you into a machine is much scarier than a ghost child who's being controlled by some man.
Man, killer AI. What a foreign concept. No, but hey man, you know, in the times that we live in, it's not too far out, you know? No. People thought the Terminator was like crazy, you know, as an idea back in the day. And look at where we are now.
Well, exactly. That's what we're saying.
ChatGPT is getting people through college.
These are supposed to be like animatronics for kids. It's a
right.
kid's place.
Right.
They're putting on a show for kids and then at night they turn into these terrorizing man-killing machines.
I mean, it's not fun. The game is fun, but the idea, it is scary.
The whole ghost child thing just kind of really it threw me.
They're soulless machines.
Exactly. That's kind of the concept. But now we're talking about a kid. How are you able to control a kid so much that you need to kill?
Given we know that there's going to be a Five Nights at Freddy's 2, correct?
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're going to expand on that itself, on a little more explanation, because initially there's so much source material that's out, and in order to make the first film a hit success, it can't just be visually accurate. I think that they're trying to incorporate and encompass all of it in sort of so that each standalone film is successful.
Yeah.
So the second one is going to maybe expand on some other things that weren't touched in the first film of the entire lore of Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know what the synopsis is for the second film. Yeah. I don't know if it's a sequel or a prequel. You know, we just don't know.
I mean, look,
I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just, well, I already have an idea what the second one's what it's gonna be like based off the ending. You know? If we're going the route of ghost children because the bodies are within the machines, like that's actually scary. The idea that the child's bodies were not found because they're inside the machines.
Right.
That's scary. That's sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like that, but I don't like the fact that it's a ghost child controlling it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, and I want to play with these kids. Like, no, brother, you should, like, the machine should be wanting to kill the kids.
Yeah.
Not be friends.
From the get-go, I would reword that completely.
What?
I want to play with kids.
Well, the machines.
Right. No. And I thought it was weird that halfway through the film, spoiler warning, official, Saul's spoiler warning. It's weird that halfway between Josh Hutcherson freaking out that his little sister in the film is surrounded by the robots, they're like childlike. You know what I mean? Considering that we find out that the kids' spirits are in the animatronics.
Yeah.
How they're just like chill with her. But for some reason, whenever an adult is placed in the security room, enemy number one.
Yeah.
That to me just seemed a bit weird. I would have, like you said, it would have been. This is the issue I'm having with a lot of horror films. The over-explanation of some things kind of takes away from the coolness of some concepts. Like if you try to give everything a rhyme or reason, you don't leave things up for interpretation. And the unknown and the human mind can conjure up anything scarier than what you can explain or show people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't know why the robots kill people. That's
We do
scarier.
know. He does
but that's
it.
the problem.
He's,
we know.
He controls the kids, but it's like there's.
What if you didn't know? What if the first film?
That's what we knew in the game.
They can't figure out why. It's just they just do. We don't know, and maybe they give us teeny tiny tidbits that lead us in a direction, but there is no definitive answer. That to me is, as a concept, is scarier than being like, oh, they're ghost children. So as long as you're a kid and they kind of vibe with you, they won't kill you.
Yeah.
But if you're an adult, bro, into the robot you go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't. I think that's what I liked about the first game is like, there's no explanation on why they want to stuff.
You're just in the situation.
Well, I think that they do kind of explain it, but it's explained in a way that they want to.
It's vague.
They want to turn you into a robot.
Okay.
Which is why they stuff. They're going to stuff your body inside a machine.
Right.
Right. And that's terrifying.
I mean, dude, the rabbit hole is for the lore is extremely deep. It's actually pretty crazy from what I was looking into, and some of the dates of when specific events happen in the history of FNAF.
Yeah.
There's no true confirmation of like when exactly it happened. It's more or less a range of time. It's like it's all over not all over the place, but it's just like so much.
Yeah.
So much stuff has gone down.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason that some YouTubers have made a career out of just making videos based on theories of Five Nights at Freddy's. That's how much material there is.
Yeah. It's
crazy.
I don't know. It's just I don't like certain things about the movie. I think the movie was done very good. I think the animatronics within the movie are terrifying as they should be.
Right, and your concern when we started watching the movie
was they were going to be like animated.
Yeah, and I was like
cartoony.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
The movie looks fantastic.
Yeah. No, 100%.
The inside of Freddy's looks exactly how you would imagine it looks like.
Yeah.
The hallways, all the, employee areas.
Yeah.
The whole place decrepit and abandoned. The lighting, the whole sound system, the decay on the walls.
Yeah.
Everything looks perfect. And even the control room where security is extremely not 100% exact to the game,
but it's very
well made.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. But I wish they had kept the concept more of like he's looking through the cameras and he's
right,
and they're freaking him out. He didn't. I feel like he didn't get scared enough in the beginning.
You think
and then
so?
He cleans up the place after they try to trash it, and the adults, the way they got killed was not proper.
My thing is this.
Why
there wasn't a lot of on-screen gore.
No.
And I think the reason for that is because they don't just want to make a movie for the people that like Five Nights at Freddy's. Unfortunately, they also want money from little kids.
I mean, yeah.
There's a whole bunch of young kids
that's where
that
they
this
made their
IP
money.
is attractive to. And so they're like, rarely does a studio make a movie that won't be successful with every single demographic. They're trying to get, the truth is it's a huge IP. The potential for it to make a lot of money was huge. It was a huge success. They're not going to make a movie that's just for gamers that grew up around that specific time period playing that game. It's a movie that's going to be accessible to like a whole bunch of different age ranges. That's the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's just hope that the house at HHN is a little more scary.
I think it's just. I think the way they went about killing the people that went in there and trashed the place was just wrong. You know what I mean?
They're all supposed to be stuffed in the suit.
Yeah, ideally, that's
right.
That's what was described in the first game that they're gonna do to you. So why not do it to everybody?
Right,
why
but
is
you
it
also
that the cupcake eats you and shreds your face?
It could be, a screenwriting decision. It could be that we just see the same type of kill over and over. That's not really attractive as a film either. As a game, yeah, absolutely. But seeing something repetitive in a film, I think is kind of a no-no in some circumstances like these. Every time they get a hold of a person, they just stuff them in the suit. You know what I mean? How many different ways can you make that attractive to the eye before you go, oh, they're gonna stuff them in the suit, and you're just watching someone get stuffed in the suit again.
I also don't like how the robots are they're somewhat temperamental, but not enough. Like they should be like
Soulless machines.
exactly.
No rhyme or reason, no feeling.
No, I think it's okay when they're being happy when they're trying with the little girl, and I feel like they should be just mean, like just like absolutely terrifying to the adults. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to convince this girl to give in so that they can put her into the machine.
Right.
But it's like they're not mean enough. Like they have that moment with Josh Hutcherson,
Yes, Josh Hutcherson.
where he like runs up on them and Freddy's like mad at him. He's like about to like mess him up.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, it's okay, it's cool. And then boom, he like lightens up, and it's like that's okay, but they need to be more temperamental. Like they need to be going from happy, and then look at him and just go like dead serious. You know what I mean? Make it more menacing. You can do that without having to add gore. You know what I mean? Show that that it's a temperamental machine, and it's okay to do that. Even if you want to stick to the whole ghost child, kids are temperamental.
Right.
It is what it is.
No, I see what you're saying.
So, especially if it's going to be some demon ghost child that's possessing this thing,
True.
make him,
How did you
menacing.
feel about the whole storyline with Josh's character of, being sort of haunted by the loss or the abduction of his younger brother? How do you feel about that storyline being added? Mixed bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was done good.
Doesn't hurt, but it doesn't really help the story either.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Just neutral.
Interesting. Yeah.
I think
I personally, I liked his performance. I thought he did a really good job.
There's no doubt in my mind he is an amazing actor. In every movie he plays, he does an amazing job. That's just 100%.
He did such a good job that I like throughout the whole movie. I was hoping he kept custody of his little sister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't want him to be like for things to like not pan out for him because I was like, this
trying.
This boy's trying.
He's trying.
He's struggling.
His reaction was somewhat valid.
I can understand as to why he
It's
made the decisions that he made.
Not valid.
You know what I mean?
Understandable.
No, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I mean the poor guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't sleep. That's the truth. You know what I mean? Like what?
Yeah. No, I get that. I think he does. I think he plays the character very good. I just think the way they went about Freddys and the robots is what I didn't like.
Yeah. I mean,
But
I
it's
thought
still cool. I don't like
Yeah.
the cupcake being like the main star. I don't.
right.
It's just not it. I think the actual characters. I don't like that they don't show Foxy. Like he runs up on people. He comes at them, but like in the movies, in the video games, the most terrifying part is when you look into the camera and you see Foxy running down the hallway
Full speed as a
and
sprint.
you hear his footsteps and you have to quickly go and shut the door on him. That is terrifying. They didn't do that once in the film. It was just like, oh, he's coming down the hallway, he's gonna get you. Like, make the sound of him coming and running at the people. That is scary. That's terrifying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if they go for a number 2, it's gonna be more in the future, and the robots are gonna be decayed. They're gonna be really like ripped up and messed up. You know what I mean?
Based on the ending of the first film, how do you think the second one is going to go? What's the storyline going to be?
Oh, so that's what I was going to get into. So I think I'm pretty sure just based off how it ended, the guy is going to just as he did with the kids. Their bodies are inside the machines the same way that he is now, right? Spring locks, boom, they kill him. His body's going to possess that robot, which is the biggest one, the most dominant. And I think it's just going to be just the same concept. You know, I don't know how they're going to go about like who owns it now and who hires security, but somebody's going to go in there. Somebody's going to have to watch it, and they're going to have to run into this golden bear, which is him, the one controlling everything and making everything menacing. You know what I mean? Just as they did in the third and fourth game.
Interesting.
And then you're gonna have like the wired robots, which I don't know how they're gonna do that because you know the wired robots are supposed to be like there's no body there. It's then at that point it is just AI, corrupt AI.
Right.
So I think they could bounce back.
Okay. Well, I mean that's hopeful for the future. I mean, obviously the first film was a success.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's terrible. I just personally
nitpicking story options.
That's
Okay.
it.
That's fine.
That's really it. It's not bad.
That's perfectly fine. I thought that
I'm not gonna tell somebody don't watch it. I'm gonna tell them watch it.
I think Matthew Lillard did an exceptional job playing the villain in this one.
Yeah.
He is also horror movie royalty, so it only makes sense. I mean, you know, he played a great Shaggy. You know, he was amazing in Scream, the original.
Mm-hmm.
We love to see it. You know, I know the fandom of Scream fans would love to see him come back, even though technically there is a possibility that his character did not completely die on screen in the first film. So, you know, there's always a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On what?
On him returning to the Scream franchise.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought in this film, you know, and just the whole thing of like him still technically like owning the place kind of, but working as a job fair guy and like being able to have control over selection of people that go to take care of Freddy Fazbear's, you know, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And he plays it off so well at the beginning that you don't. It does kind of come up as
you're just like why is he reacting like that way? But
so
throughout
weird.
the movie, you're so invested
but then
in everything else going on, and then
you
you completely forget of his existence.
Exactly. And I mean, you know, him in the suit is like pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool.
I mean, that's how it starts. That's how number 3 and number 4 start off.
Yeah.
Right. That's what introduces the golden bear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked it. I'm excited to go to the house. You know, funny enough, in regards to the house at HHN, wait times are not as insane as we've been seeing with the initial explosion of the event starting, which is good, right? The good news is, folks, it does fluctuate. For those of you that follow Instagram,
times are going down, up and down.
Yeah, like
things are starting to lighten up.
The nature of HHN is restoring itself to the normal balance that we know it to be.
Right.
Where it's all dependent on what hour of the event you're at will determine where things are at wait time wise at the park. Yeah. And then that opens up the gates for folks like us that, you know, we don't traditionally use Express at HHN to better plan, have a better outcome as far as enjoyment and ability to go and experience as much as we can at the event each night. You know, Hollywood is a mess right now. Hollywood is a mess from what I'm seeing. The Express keeps selling out. It's just insane the amount of people. I feel almost as though...
I don't know if this is real, but I saw someone post that the FNAF line in Hollywood was at 265 minutes. I don't think that's real.
Here's the thing with wait times. 2 things I'm going to say. 1, never underestimate what some people might put online for clout. That's 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not making accusations. I'm not saying that that's something that happens consistently. I'm just saying the internet is not real, people. That's something we have to keep in. You know, we're not even real. We're AI. No, I'm just kidding.
Imagine.
Fooled ya. No, I'm just
we're
kidding.
Corrupt AI.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind. That's 1, right? How do you know that the video you're seeing of that wait time is not a wait time that was posted and only lasted 5 seconds on the screen and went down to a normal time? You don't know.
Yeah.
That sort of thing happens all the time. Keep in mind, there is a sort of system that's calculating all this in real time. That's how you're able to see accurate wait times. And they fluctuate. It's not 260 for 7 hours of the event. That's
Right.
just not.
It's
That's
just
not.
someone happened to
You know what I mean?
stumble upon it when it's at, but I don't think that's real. I think that's unrealistic.
You know what I mean?
There's no chance that they're going to be at 265 minutes.
Here's what they're not going to show you. They're not going to show you when the wait time's under 40.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to post that because no one's going to get likes because they're just like, oh, that's a decent time. Or that's, normal. You know what I mean? And with that being said, Hollywood seems to be a different situation than what we have here in Orlando. Orlando seems to be now coming into full fruition of a normal fluctuation, highs and lows, peaks and valleys of wait times that we see at HHN year after year, which is good news for all of us. Plan accordingly. We have the episode where we give you the best advice we got on how to approach HHN. That's all I can really say. I'm excited. I know we expressed feelings of worry and maybe even a bit of pessimism as to how the event might go for us. But now seeing things as they evolve day by day, people tracking the wait times, more and more videos of the event, things are looking up.
Yeah.
And I'm excited.
Doesn't look bad.
In some negative news, unfortunately, we can't have nice things.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is something I wanted to touch on.
We'll dive into that. Let's take a quick break and
Yeah.
we'll dive in. And we're back. Alrighty, let's get into it. Terrifier. So.
Yes. So what I was saying earlier.
Correct.
Terrifier, or Art the Clown, will no longer be roaming the parks.
That's why we
Or
can't
the
have
park
nice
in
things,
general.
people. That's why we can't have nice things.
There's been a sort of trend of people calling him Art the Crowd because of the crowd that forms around the scare actor, or scare actors in this instance, and them not being able to do their job or being pestered by people or guests. It's just a logistical issue. And all of you, those of you that desperately try to get your moment with him and sort of get in the way of other guests or crowd around him, you have yourselves to blame.
Yeah. It's just the problem was a lot of people were touching the performers.
Which you do not do.
You can't do that.
You
So
do
that's
not
a
do.
big no.
Please,
So-
please respect the scare actors. Do not mess with them. I've seen so many videos. They tend to be younger people.
Of course. You have the teenagers that
yeah.
go and they're up to no.
You're not funny. Stop ruining things for everyone else. Be respectful.
I mean, it's too late now. He's
gone.
Done.
We lost
They've
him.
gotten rid of the performers.
We lost him.
So, anyways,
it's a shame. I did not get to witness it. Yeah, thanks.
anyways,
Anyways,
let's get into the movies. So,
absolutely.
having watched them now, I saw Terrifier 1 a long time ago.
Yes.
And then I just recently, in the past couple of days, I watched 2 and 3. Brutal. If I'm being brutally honest, because this one's going to be my brutal, honest opinion.
That's perfect. I know exactly where this is going.
Number 1 was pretty good. I did enjoy number 1. I didn't like number 2. It was a bit of a snooze fest. To be honest with you.
Really?
It's just I feel like there was too much. Like there was the movie's 2 hours and like 18 minutes.
Right.
And it's unnecessary. I think the movie could have been an hour 40 max. I think there's too much little scenes, where art's not part of it. There's too much like dialogue, like backstory of who these people are. There's too much of that.
Right.
They could have shrunk that down, and the gore was great in Terrifier 2. I'm not gonna say it's not. The scenes were epic, where the stuff's going down.
Right.
But other than that, I just felt like there was too much. It was taking too long to get to the point. And then, of course, I am not too fond of the whole paranormal thing. Although, like, Michael Myers, for example, is technically paranormal because he's not supposed to. He is not a normal human being.
In the original timeline, that's debatable.
Whatever. But this is, like, now we're talking demonic, and he, you get this whole result. It just kind of got boring by the end of it. And then the final scene, you get the little girl, like, what was the point of her being there? What? She's not even in the second movie. She's not even in the third movie. So what was the point of the little girl? You know? And then like in the beginning of now we go into number 3. Number 3 was a lot better. Again, not fond of the whole paranormal side of it, but for everything else, I think all the gore within the movie, all the messed up scenes were fantastic. I love the whole Christmas thing. I love how messed up they went with it. The gore was A1. Whoever thought of these scenes and all the messed up things that they were gonna do, props to you. That's insane. I don't know how you thought of all that. But what was the point of the little girl?
She was sort of a figment of his imagination, but also an extension spiritually of him, I believe.
But then what was the point of what's her name? The other girl who's in the second one, who's actually the demon.
Or his first victim, the actual demon, the victim, the first victim from the first film.
Yeah.
She is sort of the
vessel that him.
Right.
Correct. I get that, but like, what was the point of the little girl now? No point.
More of a figment of his imagination. It's just something a little bit extra.
Whatever.
I will say this. I, on the other hand, love Terrifier. I think it's fantastic and refreshing. I like all 3 films. I just like all 3 of them in different amounts. When I first saw Terrifier, the first film, I thought it was exactly what's needed in the genre in modern times. Sort of turning up the volume on certain things and lowering the volume on others. I think the end scene is iconic in the first film. The amount of gore, the amount of love and detail and care put into aspects of the franchise, I think are extremely well made. This is 100% a passion project. Every single film is. The second film, honestly, I know you have different opinions on it. I liked it a lot. I like the second film. I love them expanding a little bit more about Art the Clown and how Art the Clown seems to be kind of an embodiment of a little bit of everything from traditional killers in horror films. So there is a little bit of a supernatural aspect, kind of like Freddy, right, where he can mess with people's minds and stuff like that. He is a slasher first and foremost, and he has an inability to it seems to die. He can take injury, but that's not definitive at all as to whether or not you can hurt him. And I like that, him popping in and out of places, his morbidity, the fact that he finds joy out of all this sadist stuff. I think it's fantastic. You see in horror films, they don't go the extra mile. Whereas Art not only will go the extra mile, he'll have fun doing it. You don't see that nowadays. How many people can say outside of Terrifier that it is a gore slasher?
Yeah.
It's just not common in our time. I think it's done really well. The special effects, amazing. I love so much that at some points the film is extremely serious and then not serious at all. It's either at 100 or it's at 0%.
Yeah.
With no in between. Art can go from being absolutely goofy to being extremely sadistic with the flip of a switch.
Yeah.
At some points you're like, I'm watching. You forget that you're watching a horror film and you're not watching just a goofy clown being a funny guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It goes back and forth, and I think that sort of switching back and forth, you don't see that.
Yeah.
There's always build up. It takes a minute to get there. He'll go from eating cookies and stuff like that till then slamming a chainsaw through a child.
Yeah.
You don't see that, and I like that they throw the rules out the window, especially in the third film. In the third film, he harms children.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Something that's a rule. That is a rule in horror films that just you don't do that, and then Art literally wipes his ass with it.
Yeah.
He the initial scene, it doesn't matter. It
In
does
the
not
beginning
matter.
where the kid's sleeping, he just.
The concept of attacking people while they're sleeping at night and they're not even aware.
How did he kill the little girl?
They don't show it.
They don't show it, right?
They don't show it. You know what I mean? Obviously, in the film he does things, but keep in mind it may not be shown on camera. It's more implied, and we see sort of the after effects of certain things. But just conceptually, it's like insane. It's insane to, you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
How many horror movies can you think of off the top of your head where they kill a child?
No.
The other one I can think of is 2018 Halloween, where he snaps the kid's neck in the car.
Oh, what kid?
The little kid that's driving with his father when they discover the bus that went off the road.
You're right. Yeah.
That's the only other film that I can think of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Michael Myers doesn't kill the baby.
No, he does not kill the crying baby in Halloween Kills. He does not.
That's in the first. That's in Halloween.
No, that's in Halloween Kills.
No. I just watched it. I will confirm in the
Halloween?
last episode you were right about the whole her screaming at the fire truck. That
Of
you
course
were
I
right.
was.
But this one I just watched the movie the other day.
The 2018 version.
Correct.
There's a baby in a crib.
When he stabs the lady in the throat.
That's true.
He walks through the house.
Yeah.
He's walking back through, and then there's the crying baby.
Right. He ignores the baby.
Yeah. He goes, and you think for a second no, and then he just goes and he continues. He walks outside.
Which is, I remember in theaters, how tense everyone
was like, no.
Everyone was like, oh my
god,
no.
like that. You could hear like all every woman in there was like, no, oh my god. Like, it was so good. And you're like, dude.
No, yeah, I was sitting there and
like,
I was like, oh man, he killed the mom. And then when he turns to he stops.
He looks out the window.
Yeah.
But you assume he's thinking about the baby, and you're like, no.
No, because the thing is, he stops for a second.
He does
with the knife in hand, and I was like, bro. And I was like, oh no.
I was there. I was like, hey yo. I was
like,
which is
seeing this?
Isn't that crazy how we think that? But like he just murdered 3 people viciously, and now we're like, oh no, not the baby though.
Yeah.
now it's more.
Now this is just getting out of hand. I'm out of here.
Nah, dude, but Terrifier 3, yes, the mall scene, I knew instantly when he was handing out the gifts and they were normal. I was like, God, those are bombs.
Something's wrong with those.
Those are bombs. I thought they were gonna be like grin.
Again, spoiler for those of you that haven't seen Terrifier 3.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I thought it was gonna be more of like they were gonna be like kind of like smaller, like almost like a pipe bomb, and that they were gonna explode and have like nails, razor blades, and then you're gonna see the kids with like all that in their face.
Yeah, I think that it's the implication of him hurting children is better than actually showing it on screen, because on screen it becomes less impactful in my opinion, and it makes the movie kind of tasteless. Funny, like I was saying earlier, what happens in your mind is more powerful than what you can see on screen.
Yeah.
So the implication is more messed up than also it's like, like, why? You know what I mean? It's kind of unnecessary. I think the effect of implying something that's off screen is much more powerful in the horror genre.
Yeah, you let someone's
exactly.
mind wander.
What I love, Terrifier 3 is my favorite out of all of them, and that's a little bit sacrilegious to say because the first one is considered to be perfect, right? People love the first one. It's why the other two, yeah, absolutely. It's why the second.
I like number 1
and the third film.
I do.
It's why the second and the third even exist.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
Considering it comes off as an indie film, the vibe.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I really like 3 because I think 3 does what number 2 didn't do that well, which is the balance between the storyline they wanna demonstrate to people and the amount of action, quote unquote, that happens in the film. Much better amounts. More craziness, and then we sprinkle in the story, and it's more palatable. You know what I mean? I'm personally not a big fan of how much supernatural build up and story and lore they're establishing in the second film. That does not mean I don't like it. I just like 3 more.
Dude, honestly,
aesthetically 3 is also better looking. I love all the different things that art does. I love the chainsaw scenes. I love the nitrogen scenes are also fun, different. You know what I mean? Fitting for the holiday season.
Yeah.
I mean, the opening scene, in my opinion, is my favorite one out of the trilogy.
So,
yeah,
if you hear subtle barking in the background, there's a dog on the set. What do you want? What do you want us to do, guys? Anyways,
We're running this whole podcast outside of a humanitarian. No, not humanitarian.
No, but
No,
but
yeah.
if you hear a slight barking in the background, guys, yes,
That's our
there's a
dog.
Yes. So, we're trying to cut around it when it's really really loud, but can't hide it.
It is what it is.
But what I wanted to say was that my personal, before we wrap the episode up, because we do have to wrap it up, let's talk about some of our favorite scenes from the movies.
Absolutely.
My absolute favorite part of number 3,
yes,
recently watched it, is the end. Is that last part where they have her tied up.
Yes,
and they're making her watch all that. And the cage,
an exceptional showdown.
The head that it's the brother.
Yes, yes. Which
it's insane
because we know they're making a number 4. We do not know for a fact if they were taunting her or if it's actually him.
Yeah.
So there's always that.
That's true but at the same time, when you kind of think of it, it's like that really could be the brother, because when the uncle went to go pick them up, he had his phone.
It's very true.
So
it's very true.
There's potential there.
Right.
But I think it was that last scene was just so sadistic.
I agree, and the showdown between Sienna and Art, having the sword.
Beyond that, it was like that was cool and all too. But it's more of like how messed up it is.
I agree,
and like how they're just enjoying it, and they're just the torture and having her.
Right. It really embodies the essence of the story of like ultimately they're just evil.
Oh my God,
yeah.
Pure and absolute evil, and she's enraged, and you're sitting there and you're like, oh my God, like you're feeling what Sienna's feeling.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That rage that you just you're like, oh, I really hope she.
Would you say this? Do you feel like now the story is catching up to the quality of the horror in the films? Like now the story, now you're like, I'm actually invested in the story now. Whereas before I was just kind of invested in seeing what Art would do to people.
Yeah, I would.
That's why I feel 3 is the best of everything of the franchise so far. In my honest opinion, I don't know. I know that they left it open ended at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know how they can top 3. I think 3 it's perfect. I like it a lot. I think it's like it's reached its pinnacle of violence and story.
Yeah.
I don't know how number 4 is going to go.
Yeah.
3 to me also seems like a perfect number to end it. But that's just me. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna see number 4. This one I'm gonna see in theaters because during the time that 3 came out, I did not have the opportunity to go, and I regret it because there were a lot of grandiose reactions from people that were not aware of what Terrifier actually is.
Oh yeah. Now that I think about it, I don't understand how people could throw up.
Some people are not. Think of it like this: for the casuals. That don't really watch horror films like that. They just go, I'm going to go see a scary movie with my boyfriend or whoever, right? Because it's a scary movie that seems to be popular and people are saying it's good. The people that are saying that it's good are people that are into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If you're not the kind of person that watches this kind of film, this is like being like, I drive a Subaru and then being like, oh, but people told me an F1 car is also really cool, so let me go drive an F1 car. And then be real, freaking out.
Yeah. When you can't press the brake.
Yeah, you got to learn to walk before you can run. This is a movie for people that run.
Exactly.
Okay, and you just learn how to walk.
Yeah.
When it comes to watching movies.
Yeah.
This is a specific type of horror fan. This is not for the casual watcher.
Yeah.
And I love that they don't pander to the casual audience.
Yeah.
This is first and foremost a passion project of people that love making horror films.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, so what's your favorite scene? So we can wrap this up.
The third one, it's difficult to say. I love the opening scene with him going through the house. Iconic. I got to be honest with you. A little more than the ending. I really... I'll give you 2. I love the small snippet of him walking through the mall and she locks eyes with him. And he's wearing the Santa mask. Because she knows and he knows. And it's like... It's here, slow-mo, and then it's gone. Love that. And it did an enormous amount of torture to her in seconds.
Yeah.
Without
she
even
realized. Yeah.
And he just looks scary.
Yeah.
It's off. It's like it has like that weird feeling like something's off here. But the shower scene with the chainsaw was
Yeah,
amazing.
I
I
guess.
loved it. I loved it. I love that it took a good minute to get through all of it.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, his goofy self
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
makes
yeah.
a
makes
a blood angel in the ground.
I knew he was gonna do that too. As soon as I saw the blood there, I was like,
Yeah,
"This guy's
it's just
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
sadistic.
Yeah,
It's
so
great.
those are
It's great.
those are my favorite scenes.
Yeah, yeah. And I agree. I like the shower scene too. The mall one was because I knew it was coming. I was like, ooh,
Right.
this is gonna be
Right.
messed
Yeah.
up. But yeah, that last scene is just how morbid it was and how sadistic. I was like,
Right, and it takes a minute for them to go through all of it, and
you're sitting there, you're watching, you're getting more and more enraged, more and more. You're like,
Right.
how is she gonna
it
get the
gets
chance
progressively.
to do
They torture her
this?
more and more,
Exactly, worse.
and then we
worse
have.
and
It's kind of
worse.
almost satisfying for her to like get the sword, and then for them to have the clash.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah,
But yeah,
I'm excited.
yeah. So that being said, we gave our opinions. Some very brutally honest, others liked them. That's gonna wrap up this episode. If you guys want to follow us again, Universal Bros Unplugged on both Instagram and TikTok. Our personal profiles are on both of those pages, and any business inquiries or collabs, email us universalbrosunpluggedpodcast@gmail.com. Other than that, catch you guys in the next episode.